Well, good evening everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this August the 6th, 2026. I'm hoping everybody had a great Thursday out there so far. Everybody had a great Thursday evening. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well, and also enjoy the weather, because the weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the storm system moving across the country, take a look at your local forecast for your Friday, Saturday, take a look at the current watch and warning advisory map, also take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for severe weather for day 2 and 3, and take a look at the Drought Monitor as well across the lower 48. So make sure you stick around the entire video. Also like the video, share the videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road there, folks. Alright, as you can see here, we got a little tropical wave right here off the southeast coast. We had one move in this afternoon that brought some flooding rains to South Carolina around the Columbia area, which toward Lexington County, up towards Saluda and Newberry County. Got a little bit of flooding rains in that area. Had a few high water rescues this afternoon around the Columbia metropolitan area, downtown Columbia regions as well. But most of that activity has weakened and will continue to shift away from the region. We need to watch this little tropical wave here as it continues. This looks to may pull on shore sometime tomorrow and could bring some more heavy rains, flash flooding, and some severe weather across the region as well. Also, we had some trees and power line down. We had over 4,000 customers in the Richland County area of South Carolina this afternoon. Most of them should be beginning to start recovery effort here shortly. But as you can see, it was a pretty stormy afternoon. But as you can see here, like I say, you need to watch this little tropical wave here as it continues to push on shore. That's what moved on shore this afternoon, a little tropical wave. I said something last night, there was a little tropical wave offshore that could push inland, and that pushed inland and brought this here flooding rain and severe weather to South Carolina. Alright. We got some scattered activity across South America, Central America, Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico. Got more activity in the Eastern Pacific from the Hawaiian Chain Island back to Mexico, Central America, and South American coast. More activity across Mexico, stretching into Arizona, and also portions of New Mexico, Southern California, and Nevada. More activity across Texas, Louisiana, up toward Missouri, as a cold frontal boundary stretches from there all the way into southeast Canada. And all of this activity is kind of an onshore flow from these little tropical waves moving into the southeastern U.S. More activity across the Gulf of Mexico, activity in areas of the portion of the Caribbean, Southern Caribbean, also more activity across Florida, also towards areas of the Bahamas, and like I said, from Georgia to South Carolina all the way up into areas of New York State as well. Got a little activity moving away from the St. John's Island on in the northern tropical Atlantic. Alright, let's continue to roll forward and take a look at your local forecast. And it should roll out something like here across the board. Alright, we got more thunderstorms and showers from Southern California to Nevada, Utah to Arizona, right on the Mexico-U.S. border. From, like I said, Arizona, New Mexico to Texas to Colorado to South Dakota, Minnesota, Lake Harry, Lake Superior, all the way over towards Michigan, Maine, all the way down to Pennsylvania to Carolina, Florida Keys, Northern Gulf, and Atlantic coastal waters. All of this activity is for your Friday. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Friday. Alright, let's continue to roll forward and take a look at your Saturday forecast. And as you can see, there's the high pressure system, low pressure system, cold front, warm front, troughs across your local forecast areas for your Friday and Saturday. Alright, we got more thunderstorms and showers from California, Nevada, Utah to New Mexico to South Dakota, Wisconsin down there, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, also down into areas of Louisiana, Florida Keys, Carolinas up to Maine, over toward portion eastern Lake Huron. Shower activity from northern Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota, activity as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Saturday. Alright, let's roll on into your current watch and warning advisory map currently across the nation, and it should roll out something like this here. We got a lot of heat advisories stretching from Maine down toward portion of New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New York State, down to Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, also to areas of Arkansas, Texas, or Oklahoma, also in the portions of New Mexico, California, Nevada, also in the Utah, Arizona, Idaho, Washington, Oregon State, and also we have some sets of heat warnings there as well in areas of Arizona, Southern California, Nevada, also in the portion of Utah. Red flag warnings over here in Colorado, Wyoming, through the Dakotas, Montana, also in Washington, Oregon State, and also we got some air quality alerts there as well through Washington, Oregon, Idaho, stretching into Wyoming, down into Colorado region as well. Special marine warnings right along the Big Bend area of Florida, and also got some special special weather statements up here in portion of Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana. And also we have some flood advisory, flood warnings. Couldn't get it out. Flood advisory, flood warnings in effect from Missouri, north and South Carolina, portion of Tennessee region as well. Got a couple flash flood warnings in the portion of New York State. Alright, we got smoke out advisory for Northern California to Oregon State, and we got some heat advisory across the Alaska region as well. Alright, let's continue to roll forward. Take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for day number 2. And as you can see, we have marginal risk over here at Valentine, and then again from Omaha to Del Monte, Minneapolis across to Marquette, Baltimore to Scranton. Also general thunderstorm elsewhere. Would not be surprised to see some more marginal risk. Could stretch down into the Carolinas tomorrow. If you remember my SIPS analog last night, I had it for the next 8 days, pretty much from Maine to Florida, back over toward the middle portion of the country. That's where some severe weather could occur. So if you want to check that video out, make sure you check it out from last night. Alright, let's take a look at the tornado probability. Less than 2% all areas. Damaging winds, we have about 5%, but I would not be surprised to see that marginal risk could be stretched further south. Also marginal risk for large hail, 5% around over across South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, and into Wisconsin. Alright, let's take a look at day number 3. And it should roll out something like this here, and then we'll take a look at the drought monitor at the end. Okay, coming up. Alright, we've got a marginal risk over here around Valentine toward Omaha and Hannibal. General thunderstorm from elsewhere, but would not be surprised. There could be a marginal risk. Severe weather could be included from Florida to Maine, anywhere over in this area here as well. Probability around 5%. There we go. Drought monitor for the whole United States. Improving conditions across the southeastern U.S., also northeastern U.S. Still got some drought conditions in the central U.S. and the western U.S. With exceptional drought in the darker red, severe drought to moderate to areas of dryness across the central and western U.S. But pretty much most of the U.S. is still pretty is in some kind of drought. But you can see a lot of areas where there's nothing, but there's improvement across the southeast, and if we continue to get plenty of rainfall, it may wipe the drought slap out of the ballpark here, and we could be in some nice back drought free. So I hope, just keep praying. Hopefully we get some rain, and hopefully this drought will be gone in the eastern U.S. We just need some rain out west, so you guys can get some rain out in your areas as well. So, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe if you have not. Like the video, share the video. We'll catch you back in the next one. Have a good Thursday evening, folks. Take care, and also enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got. And make sure you subscribe also.